Hi there. I'm excited today to showcase the new Alchemy Agent template, which was made in collaboration with our partner Alchemy, one of the leading blockchain developer platforms. This agent template will allow you to spin up your very own Alchemy agent in just a few clicks, and then let you explore and monitor wallets, assets, and then tokens all within a single out-of-the-box agent. To get started, we're going to go ahead and click on Create Your First Agent. This will take us to the Agent Creation Wizard. Here you can either customize your own agent setup or get started with an agent template from our marketplace. Since we're installing the Alchemy agent today, let's head on over to the agent marketplace. Here we can learn more about the agent, what it can do, and what's required to set it up. So let's go ahead and get started by clicking on the Alchemy agent. Here we can see that the agent has three main features. So the first, we have wallet intelligence, and this is going to let you ask the agent about any wallet and get a full multi-chain profile on that wallet. So you can see things like token balances, NFT holdings, transfers, and really get a full profile picture of what that wallet looks like across all Alchemy supported chains. Next, we're going to have smart money tracking. So this is going to let you ask your agent to set up a watch so that you can monitor any wallet across any network for any asset transfers, acquisitions, or new positions that wallet might be taking. When something happens, you get alerted on the channel of your choosing. And then lastly, we have the token and NFT price monitoring tool. So if you have specific assets that you care deeply about, you can set up an automated tool that's going to watch these assets and alert you to any huge swings in those prices. You can run this on 15-minute intervals, 1-minute intervals, an hour. It's really up to you. And then you can also set thresholds so that you can choose whether you want to get alerted on, say, 5% swings or anything down to a fraction of a percent. Really, the customization is up to you. Okay, so lastly, you can see here what it's going to take to get this deployed on Pinata. All that's going to be needed is we have an Alchemy API key, and then we have either an Anthropic API key or an OpenAI API key. To get started, all we need to do is just click Deploy this agent. As we saw on the template overview, you're going to need two things to set up the Alchemy agent. The first, you're going to need an AI provider. For the purposes of this demo, I've already set my account up with Anthropic, but you can choose between any of our supported AI providers. And then next, you're going to need an Alchemy API key. So we don't have this set up yet, so we're going to walk through how you set up an API key using Alchemy's dashboard. So to start, go over to alchemy.com and set up an account. This will bring you to their onboarding flow page, and it's going to ask you a little bit about what you're building. So for this, let's click personal, but if you're part of a team, feel free to pick team. So we're going to name this Matt's first project and click next. For the chains that you're building on, it's really up to you. For today, let's click Ethereum, and then let's also pick Bitcoin. When selecting your plan, you have a few different options. You can either choose between free or pay as you go to get started. Let's click free just for today for the purposes of this demo. And how did you hear about us? Let's put Pinata. On the app page, you can see that you have a few different things. We have endpoint URLs if you're hitting directly Alchemy's API. You have example requests. The thing that we care about the most is up here in the top right. This is going to be our API key. Make sure to keep this secret and do not share it with anybody. Once you have this, we're going to bring it over to Pinata's application, and we're going to create a secret in Pinata's secret vault. So here we can click Create. You can see it's pre-filled Alchemy API key, as that's going to be what's required for this template. We can paste in our value here and click Save Secret. Now that this is in our vault, we can go ahead and deploy the agent. Before we go ahead and deploy our agent, I also want to point out that you can configure additional channels to interact with or receive messages from your agent. Right now, we support Telegram, Slack, and Discord. These up right now during agent creation, but if you don't want to, don't worry, you can set them up later. Now, let's go ahead and click Deploy Agent. As you can see here, Pinata is setting up your agent, and we're taking care of all of the heavy lifting. You'll see some text if you want to see the inner details of what's going on behind the scenes. And this should be a pretty straightforward process. Once it's ready to go, let's interact with our agent. Set these up right now during agent creation, but if you don't want to, don't worry, you can set them up later. Now, let's go ahead and click Deploy Agent. As you can see here, Pinata is setting up your agent, and we're taking care of all of the heavy lifting. You'll see some text if you want to see the inner details of what's going on behind the scenes. And this should be a pretty straightforward process. Once it's ready to go, let's interact with our agent. You can see here that Pinata is now deploying your agent. Nothing further is needed at this point. All we have to do is wait for the resources to be spun up and your agent to get ready. Depending on the template that you're working with, this may take longer or shorter. It really depends on the complexity of the template and how much the template is setting up for you. More complex templates will allow you to do more things, but they may take a little bit longer to set up. So let's skip ahead to when the agent has been finished creating. Once you see that your agent is ready, you can go ahead and view it in your Pinata dashboard. Now that we're deployed, let's see it in action. First, let's do some research. Let's find out about vitalik.eth's portfolio. You can see here the agent is thinking. It's going to go out and do a ton of research for us utilizing Alchemy's world-class blockchain infrastructure. We'll check back in once it's finished. All right, we're back. It has done a lot of research for us. Let's open this up to the full screen so we can see everything a little bit easier. Okay, so the agent went out and it did a lot of research for us. It found that Vitalik's portfolio has quite a bit in it. It holds native ETH and other tokens across a variety of chains, and it has quite a few different NFT holdings. It's important to note, though, that the agent didn't just come out and grab data and then present just raw data to us. It also provided us context. So you can see here it says a lot of these tokens and NFTs are most likely unsolicited airdrops or spam. So they probably don't actually have that much value. When you're going out and you're doing research, especially on financial items, it's really important to have added context. So the agent going out and providing this context on top of the data, it really does help. So, okay, now that we've done this, let's go and try something a little bit more active monitoring rather than just chatting with the agent in real time. So to start with, we're going to want to set up a channel. To do that, we can go over to the Channels tab, and we have a few different options to choose from. For the demo today, we're going to use Telegram, but you can use any of the options that we support. So go ahead and click Add, and then you will see here that we are going to need a bot token, and we're going to need an allowed user ID. In Telegram, we're going to come in and search for bot father. Please make sure to choose one with the verified symbol that has over 8 million monthly active users. So we click open, and we're going to have the option to create a new bot. Let's name this Demo Bot. And this is going to be Alchemy Agent Demo for Pinata Agents. Okay, let's choose Alchemy Demo Bot. There we go. Let's click Create Bot. Okay, from here, copy your key, and let's head back to the Pinata app. you can see here I've pasted in my bot token, and next we need our Telegram user ID. So let's copy this here, user info bot, and head on back to Telegram. You can see I've already pasted it in here. User info bot should pop up here at the top with a verified symbol, and this one has over 566,000 monthly active users. Go ahead and click start, and it should return with the information you need to add your user ID to the Pinata app. So your ID will be listed under your Telegram username. Go ahead and copy it and head on back to the Pinata app. We'll go ahead and paste it in here. And then from here, we can click save. Now that we have our Telegram channel set up, we can receive mobile notifications on the go from our agent. Let's head back to chat and set up an alert. All right, so in here, we can go ahead and set up an active monitoring check. By this, I mean Alchemy's agent will automatically monitor price movement of any key asset that you wish to receive alerts on. We can set up frequency and thresholds for alerting. Let's start by setting up a Bitcoin price monitoring alert that will run every 1 minute for demo purposes. So, set me up a monitor for BTC that runs every minute and alerts on price swings of greater than a point. Let's do something really small so we can make sure to get an alert. It has a few questions for us. The first is going to be, do we want a rolling or baseline alert? Rolling is going to check on our frequency, and if it moves greater than our threshold set within that frequency, we get an alert. Baseline means if it ever moves past our baseline amount, no matter how much time, we'll also get an alert. So, and then the heads up on the threshold is just letting us know it's a pretty small amount. Don't worry about that too much. This is just for testing. You'll likely want a little bit of a bigger threshold. For delivery channel, let's use Telegram, considering we just set that up. Okay. So it should go and set this up for us. All right. We're currently locked in at $73,245.41. We can see here that if it moves more than 7 cents in a minute, we're going to get an alert on our Telegram. Let's see if something comes through. All right, you can see that we already have a few thresholds that have been hit. Bitcoin's moved greater than 0.001% in a minute time frame from our baseline, and then we just got another alert that came in indicating that it's moved again. So the setup here is just for demo purposes. We set the threshold pretty small, and we set the frequency to be pretty often. So for you, you'll probably want to slow down your frequency, and you'll want to fine-tune your threshold to what works best for you. With the Alchemy agent, you can set up multiple different alerts, you can fine-tune your thresholds, and you can monitor different assets across a variety of different chains. And with that, let's head on back to the Pinata app. Lastly, I want to show off the Alchemy skills. Your Alchemy agent can do a lot of different things, and what we showed today was just a small fraction of what you can do with your Alchemy agent. If you click on Alchemy Official, you'll see here it comes with 93 different individual skills within the main skill folder. So this ranges from NFT APIs to different wallet integrations to tracing, best practices, etc. Really, what I'm getting at here is that your agent can do a lot more than we did today. So we encourage you to get creative, talk to your agent, do some really cool things, and then once you've done those cool things, come share them with us. We'd love to see what you've done. And with that, we will end our demo. We're super excited to have partnered with Alchemy on this agent template release. And we're even more excited to see all of the things that you'll build with it. If you have ideas, questions, or need any help, please don't hesitate to reach out. the Pinata team's here for you. See you soon.